Hello and welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, hi, what's up? I'm Gemma and I talk a lot about user experience and user interface design. If that's something you're interested in, why not hit that subscribe button? So later this year I decided to look for a new role, and when you look for a new role you usually come up against a take-home assignment. Today I thought I would take you through the take-home assignment that I was assigned when I was looking for a new job. So this take-home assignment is slightly different from usual take-home assignments, and I was kind of taken back a little by this, mainly because the company that assigned this take-home assignment to me didn't actually give me an assignment to do with their company. I know that sounds a little strange because I equally thought it was a little strange, but after going through the task I thought it was a pretty smart idea, because at the end of the day you're not doing free work for the company, which that's what you normally tend to do when you do take-home assignments. So I thought it'd be a fun idea to take you through the presentation that I put together for my take-home assignment. The take-home assignment that I was assigned is: choose an app that you'd like and use a lot. Describe how you can improve it and why. So the app I chose was Strava, because I use Strava quite a lot. There are some issues with the new Strava app that I don't personally agree with, but I thought it'd be a good place to start. So first of all, I started to introduce the company to Strava, just in case they don't understand what it was. So I put this little slide together which explains what Strava is. I give them some information about myself and say that I use Strava about 3 times a week, or try to, especially during these harsh times, that I do usually try and use it about 3 times a week, and let them know that I am very passionate about running. I introduced them to the problem. So in August 2020, Strava announced a big update, but this update did not go down well with their users. First of all, I put down a few objectives, and I thought it'd be a good idea to tell them what the goal was up front. So for me, the goal was allow free subscription users to track their progress and display information in a clear manner that informs the user. So this was my overall goal of the redesign that I was trying to hit. So I thought it'd be a good idea at this point to outline the process that I am going to take. This section will take a deep dive into the understanding of the users, looking at the user's research to form a user persona and empathy map, and define a solution. So I didn't want people to think that I was just making this up, so I took to Twitter and did some basic research and found out that a lot of users were quite upset with Strava and the new update that was released in 2020. So I did this to prove to the company that I was applying to that I actually do research before I go straight to design. I also looked into other parts of the app as well, and there was a lot of users calling out for dark mode. So that was feeding into my process. So after looking at the research, I decided to come up with a quick little empathy map of a persona that I've created who's called Tom. I outline what he says, what he does, what he thinks, and what he feels. And this was just rough type of illustration of myself, just scribbling down some ideas of what I think Tom would be feeling at the time who uses Strava. This then defined a overall persona which I wrote myself. This is Tom Miller. He's a male, he's 34, he's a police officer, and he likes to run competitively. So this persona was just off the bat of doing some research on people, and I thought it'd be good to have a persona in mind, so I knew that the app I was redesigning had a defined user group. So after that, I just wrote down some basic requirements that was going to be needed based on Tom's needs. So the features were displaying accurate data and information for his fitness goals, and have a dark mode to help him low light. Necessities, we needed to align the user needs to the business, and the user needs to fall back in love with Strava and not use another fitness app. That was very important to me. I didn't want to fall off using Strava after the update, and I guess in that a lot of other users also felt this way, so to me that was a very big necessity. The assumptions, some caveats, because at the end of the day I was only looking at this perspective from the user. Our job as UX designers is to bring the user goals and the business requirements in line with each other, but unfortunately on this one I am not working for Strava, so this is all based on assumptions and the fact that I couldn't actually look into their business requirements because I'm not Strava's UX designer. So I just wanted to outline this to the company that I was applying to and just say, hey, this is just based on the users, but usually I would look at the business requirements and the users' requirements and bring them together. I just did some lo-fi wireframes, and this was just me on my iPad and on Procreate, and I was just scribbling out a solution based on my research. So I thought it'd be a good idea to redesign the profile page to have a modern look with the key stats to show the user's progress through the fitness journey and the ability to access dark mode. Then I went on to high fidelity wireframe. So this is the designs that I come up with. So we have the user profile in light mode and we also have the user profile in dark mode. I also put a prototype together in Figma, which is still live and you can still see it now. So you would click this link, which would then open up my prototype within Strava and allow users to click through and interact. And then I took a little further actions and just show them what it would look like on a mock-up. So this is on a mock-up of an iPhone 10, so they could understand the updates that I made. So again, if you look at the before and after, the way the images are displayed, I give a more kind of social media looking type of design, which kind of follows closely to Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, and that was it. So all in all, I had around 15 minutes to present this presentation, and I just wanted to give them an overall process of how I would work as a designer. So I showed them that I did my research up front, I defined a problem, and I solved that problem through design. Lo-fi illustrations to high fidelity mockups and also prototyping. And believe it or not, just this little presentation took me roughly 2 hours to put together, and then at the end of that I gained a successful job. This actually worked and I was able to get the job that I applied for, which is very exciting. I'm starting in January, and I just wanted to give you a slight little introduction to what take-home assignments can entail. Again, like I said, this was slightly different to the usual take-home assignments that people tend to receive. I've seen a lot of take-home assignments over on YouTube and they align with the company that they applied for, which this one had a nice little spin. It had nothing to do with the company and just asked me about an app that I personally use and what I would do to improve that. So I hope you enjoyed this little run through of the take-home assignment that I took on this year, and I hope you gained some insights on how you can take home a take-home assignment. And let me know, have you experienced a take-home assignment that you have done before? And if so, let me know in the comments below or link me to anything that I can see online, because I would genuinely love to see people's take-home assignments and see how they differ. But other than that, if you like this type of content, why not like and subscribe and get notified every time I upload a new video. If you want to follow me over on Instagram, you can do so here. And until next time, bye.